Hello Scorpio, welcome to your reading for mid-November. This is for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus. Please make sure you check all your placements to get a clear picture of what's going on for you at this time. As always, this is a general reading. It may or may not resonate for all of you. Please take the bits that do resonate and leave the rest behind for somebody else. I'm going to be pulling a simple past, present, future spread for you today, but I'm starting off with the RKO deck by Nick Pantock. It's a stunning deck. I've had it forever. Now, we have Moon Cat and we have Midwife. Very interesting energies. All right. I feel like you're creating something here. The Moon Cat is very Scorpionic energy. It talks about curiosity and intuition. I am referring to the book because I don't want to tell you anything wrong. But the Moon Cat invites her into your company. And if the mood takes her, she will show you alternate byways. This is the energy of wanting to do and almost expecting yourself to do something that is completely different from the ordinary, your ordinary. Okay, it talks about being unrestricted by convention and not suffering under any obligations of formality, you know, the social constructs. And it's funny how this is the first time the Moon Cat has shown up in mid-November readings, but a lot of the signs have been getting very similar energies of getting out of that metaphorical box, of that typical Saturn-Uranus square energy that's been plaguing us for the last couple of years, about traditionality and almost curiosity and rebellion. So you are doing something very differently, and I feel like you are not afraid. You're anyways not afraid of digging deep, right? Scorpio, that's what you do best. You are the investigator. You love mystery. And if anybody can go deep down into the underworld and look at shadows of the psyche, it is you. And you do it beautifully. So there is some kind of creation that is coming about here that is stemming from those dark parts of you. Those beautiful dark parts of you, okay? Because with the midwife, now the midwife, if you think about it, this is feminine energy. This is the crone energy. And whether you're a man or a woman watching this, it doesn't really matter because we have yin and yang within us. You can hear my dogs, never mind. So this is that yin energy, okay, of receiving. But at the same time, the midwife energy is somebody who cuts that umbilical cord when we are born, right? This is the energy of removing yourself from any attachment, but at the same time being nurturing and caring. So whatever it is that you are creating, whether it is a relationship or it is something in your career, it is a project, it is literally a piece of art, whatever it may be, I feel like there is a graceful detachment that is happening here, right? Because there's always a difference between mothering and smothering. So I feel like instead of smothering whatever this is, you are mothering it and nurturing it in a beautiful way. So interesting, slightly different. I wasn't really expecting that, but let's see. Some of you may literally be wanting to become parents, and you may be a little worried about how you would be as a parent. But I feel like these two cards right here are telling me that you have reached that level of emotional maturity. That is for some of you. But creating something mysterious. Some of you may be in, well, a slightly, how should I put it? In a secret affair. It is possible. But now we have two cards right here. We have the Death card, the King of Wands with the Queen of Cups. Very interesting. There's a transformation. Now the Death card is your energy. This is Plutonian energy at its finest. With the King of Wands, I feel like this could be you. This could be someone you're dealing with. It is someone who is very passionate, enigmatic, full of vitality, and has a laser focus on what it is that they want to achieve. There is also a whole lot of attraction here. Now, the Queen of Cups could very well be your energy. This is water energy, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. This is someone who is highly intuitive. This is the mother. This is somebody who is very nurturing and caring. Again, no gender in tarot. So, this could be a couple. This could be someone who is very fiery with someone who is very compassionate and empathetic. We will get crossing cards to see what is happening here, but with the Death card, this could be a transformation. This could be a complete shift in the dynamic. It's also possible that you are taking on each other's roles. It's possible that one person was more empathetic, more compassionate, was more giving in the relationship, and the other one was following their own passions and their own dreams apart from this relationship, right? And there's a shift happening. That is possible as well. Wow. Moon cat with the moon. That is stunning. We have a lot of Pisces energy here. This is in your present. We have the moon with the Knight of Wands. You see how much fire and water we have here? You could most definitely be dealing with a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Doesn't have to be. They could just have it very heavily in their chart, or you could. But water and fire together create steam. And that steam can be highly healing, very, very healing. If you think of spas and saunas and, all of that. But we will see. It is also possible that somebody around you could be of a very, how should I put it, aggressive nature. And it's almost like you calm them down. For the future, we have the King of Swords with the Seven of Wands. Wow, that's a flip. I see boundaries being set. I see someone almost creating their own guidebook, their own rule book as to how to operate. The midwife, like I said, can be crone energy. It is someone who is incredibly wise because they've seen so much. So I feel like here in the present with the moon and the Knight of Wands, it's possible. Now the Knight of Wands is very in and out energy, right? The Knight of Wands doesn't really have too much staying power. It could be the energy of someone coming in to love bomb and then disappearing, right? So with the moon card, I feel like that did trigger a few of your insecurities. It triggered traumas and it triggered fear in you. Now in the future, I feel like with the Seven of Wands, you are standing up for yourself. This is a very clear-cut kind of reading. This is that transformation that I was talking about. With the King of Swords and the Seven of Wands, you are building boundaries and you are standing up for yourself. And I feel like you're doing all of this in a very graceful way. What did I say about the umbilical cord being cut? The King of Swords could very well do that. The King of Swords could cut out what does not serve its highest good. So if this was a codependent relationship and you felt like, your partner was leeching off of your energy and not really giving anything in return, you cut that cord and you build a wall. Bottom of the deck, we have the Tower, the Six of Pentacles, the King of Pentacles, the Devil, and the Fool with the Ten of Cups, and the Knight of Pentacles with the Ace of Swords. Wow, beautiful energy. Who got a similar energy? Yeah, right before you, Libra. Very similar energy about how when you create that distance, when you call your energy back to yourself, it leaves the other person with a feeling of lack. Okay, where did Scorpio's energy go? Right? I'm without that energy. I want it. So that's what I'm getting here. Once you build those boundaries, the Tower falls for this other person. And then with the Six of Pentacles, there's suddenly that energy of, I want to give to this. And the King of Wands turns into the King of Pentacles. No gender in tarot. So it's like that in and out energy that, let's just have some fun, turns into, I want to build this tower again. With the Devil and the Fool, you could be dealing with an Aquarius or with a Capricorn, doesn't have to be. But I do feel like there's a realization of these patterns. There's a realization of this codependency. And once you work through that codependency, you can finally be ready to start afresh. But let's get a few Lenormands to bridge these cards to get a little more insight. You're doing a lot of soul searching. You're doing a lot of inner work right now with the moon showing up twice, the moon cat and the moon. Clouds. Yeah, there was a lot of unclear thinking here. I could feel that because that's why the Death card is here, because Scorpio, you as a sign being fixed water, you don't take any BS. A lot of signs, even your fellow water signs, Cancer and Pisces, can very easily go with the flow. If there is uncertainty, they make something out of it. But you don't take any BS because you're so fixed. So this talks about crisis and troubles and tangled situations and doubts, right? So it can I almost feel like you were tested to the limit. Okay, there may have been lack of understanding or hidden motives, and you weren't really able to see the real reason for the problems that you were facing, especially because of self-deception. You may have felt that you may have been eager to please, that, you know, I'm going to do whatever it takes to make this work, which is why the Queen of Cups shows up, because that's the most amount of love one person can feel for another. But at the same time, I feel like you were the only one carrying that cup of love, right? And the other person may have not been taking this seriously enough, which is why the Death card is here, because something needed to be transformed. Okay, let's see in the present moment. We have dog. This talks about loyalty. Now, the dog, while it talks about loyalty, since I don't read reversals, it can talk about disloyalty as well. So it is possible. There's a reason why they're called strays, right? Dogs. Sometimes it's possible that whoever this is that you were dealing with may have strayed. They may have given to other energies apart from yourself. Now, this is not going to resonate for everybody, but I feel like through this introspection with the Moon Cat and the Moon card, you realize what it is that you don't want, what it is that you don't want to invest in or invite into your life. And the Knight of Wands energy, I feel like there's going to be, it's almost like, they say how it's darkest before the dawn. I feel like things are going to really hit rock bottom before they can start bouncing back again, which is why the Tower is at the bottom of the deck. So this could also talk about self-sacrifice to an extent. Okay, it does signal wanting to have confidence in a partner and self-sacrificing yourself for the sake of your feelings, but that desire to please somebody that you love with all of your heart, I feel like it may have overtaken your better judgment, right? And this person may have just taken advantage of that. It's possible for some of you. Let's see. I'm very happy about your future cards, because you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. We have the Rider. Oh, it's the first card. This is a new deck for me. But the Rider talks about news, about visits, travel and movement. What did I say? Libra had a very similar energy. They had a lot of cards of communication after a full stop was put, right? So with this energy of you finally defending yourself and not bending over backwards to give to somebody else is bringing in the communication that you need. Okay, it could indicate a new love. It is possible, because what happens is with the King of Swords energy, we put about a filtration system. You know how when you're shopping, right, and you're looking for an outfit, you select the colors that you want, for example. So you eliminate the BS. I see you eliminating the BS, and your filtration system is on point. So the offers that are coming in for you are going to be perfect for you. On the other hand, this Rider could be the other person wanting to return, finally realizing your worth, because, well, you have removed your energy and that creates lack. Interesting. I'm going to get one more here for the future. Lilies, beautiful. This is one of the nicest cards in this deck. This talks about commitment, talks about celebration, happiness, peace. And it is the energy of maturity and wisdom, which is what we are after with the midwife, right? So the creation of something that is crone-like energy, something that is not in and out energy with the King of Wands and the Knight of Wands, right? So this could represent a fountain of feelings. It could represent passionate romance. It could represent a mature person who radiates a lot of calmness, right? Someone who does appreciate luxury. We do have the King of Pentacles, but it is a very harmonious vision of your life, a very harmonious vision of the world. This is a journey, and I feel like you need to let the tower fall, Scorpio. It's going to be a good tower for you. From the clouds, we get to the lilies. The clouds is one of the most difficult energies in this deck, and the lilies, like I said, is one of the best. So cut that cord. You will thank yourself later. It may be extremely difficult, extremely painful right now, but the energy that is around you at this present moment is not serving your highest good. Let it transmute, let it transform. Allow it, give it that space. Okay, don't be afraid of losing out on whatever this is, because once you start functioning from that place of fear, you start manifesting it. So practice the art of non-attachment or detachment. Practice the art of detachment. Do that, and you may just surprise yourself with the amount of abundance that comes knocking at your door, because you're not expecting it, right? You're giving the universe that little bit of a nudge that, all right, I'm surrendering. Do whatever it is that you need to do to make me happy. And when you give the universe that permission, miracles happen. All right, let's get you a couple of charms to close this off. Okay, I think we have quite a few here. This has been showing up for everybody. We have a snowflake. So if there's been a cold war of any kind, I feel like things will start to thaw. At the same time, this is just confirmation that if you are in the northern hemisphere, that this is happening in the next couple of months. We have a broken heart. I feel like this isn't you. I mean, you may be heartbroken, but I feel like this is more the other person. Because this is also reminding me of Five of Pentacles energy of being left out in the cold. You know, you detaching yourself and that person feeling that loss of you. Then we have a pentacle, stability. This is what you are after. You're not after wands energy, you're after pentacles energy. You want something solid. I did see the Ace of Swords as well. So there could be a very, very healing conversation coming about for you. We have a music note. Go out, have some fun, listen to some music. And if anyone does send you a piece of music, listen to the lyrics. There may be a hidden message there for you. We have dream. Pay attention to your dreams. You're a very, very intuitive and psychic sign, Scorpio. And you do rule the underworld, right? You do rule the shadows. So when your subconscious mind is awake while you're sleeping, you may get a lot of insight. Keep a dream journal. There are like a couple of minutes as soon as you wake up when you remember your dreams, write them down. Your higher self may be wanting to communicate with you. We have an intricate heart, which is telling me that if this is a long-term commitment that you've been dealing with for a while, it is ornate, highly complicated, difficult, but beautiful. So don't be afraid to nurture it, only once your boundaries are not crossed. And we have the letter I. Now this could be your initial, could be the initial of someone you're dealing with, could be the initial of a country, a city. Doesn't have to be. But that was it for you, Scorpio. I hope this helped you guys. I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.